Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 14 in the HCSB for July 14th, 2023. Every wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. Whoever lives with integrity fears the Lord, but the one who is devious in his ways despises him. The proud speech of a fool brings a rod of discipline, but the lips of the wise protect them. Where there are no oxen, the feeding trough is empty, but an abundant harvest comes through the strength of an ox. An honest witness does not deceive, but a dishonest witness utters lies. A mocker seeks wisdom and doesn't find it, but knowledge comes easily to the perceptive. Stay away from a foolish man, you'll gain no knowledge from his speech. The sensible man's wisdom is to consider his way, but the stupidity of fools deceives them. Fools mock at making restitution, but if there is goodwill among the upright, there is goodwill among the upright. The heart knows its own bitterness, and no outsider shares in its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will stand. There's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Even in laughter, a heart may be sad, and joy may end in grief. The disloyal one will get what his conduct deserves, and a good man what his deeds deserve. The inexperienced one believes anything, but the sensible one watches his steps. A wise man is cautious and turns from evil, but a fool is easily angered and is careless. A quick-tempered man acts foolishly, and a man who schemes is hated. The inexperienced inherit foolishness, but the sensible are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow before those who are good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The evil bow before those who are good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. A poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but there are many who love the rich. The one who despises his neighbor sins, but whoever shows kindness to the poor will be happy. Don't those who plan evil go astray, but those who plan good find loyalty and faithfulness. There's profit in all hard work, but endless talk leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the foolishness of fools produces foolishness. A truthful witness rescues lives, but one who utters lies is deceitful. In the fear of the Lord, one has strong confidence, and his children have a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, and turning people away from the snares of death. A large population is a king's splendor, but a shortage of people is a ruler's devastation. Right? How are you going to lead? A patient shows great understanding. A patient person shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one promotes foolishness. A tranquil heart is life to the body, but jealousy is rottenness to the bones. The one who oppresses the poor person insults his maker, but one who is kind to the needy honors him. The wicked one is thrown down by his own sin, but the righteous one has refuge in his death. Wisdom resides in the heart of the discerning. She's known even among fools. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. A king favors a wise servant, but his anger falls on a disgraceful one. Sorry. Sinuses adjusting to other side of the country. Oh, man. Fools and their foolishness, dude. Seems like I've heard my limit today and I've barely been on my phone. There's a lot of things here about those who fear the Lord, and the fear of the Lord, or is it the foundation of discipline? I don't have time for the foolish and the mockers today. It's basically like it's gonna go poorly for those people, right? Even in laughter, a heart may be sad, and joy may end in grief. Yeah. Sometimes it's easy to smile, harder to get yourself correct, right? The inexperienced one believes anything, but the sensible one watches his steps. Oh, man. But that's why we need to protect our kids and the naive. Warn them. And then, if they go on with their inexperience and their not wanting to hear counsel, go hit your experience, homie. Yeah, a wise man is cautious and turns from evil, but a fool is angered easily and is careless. When you see you're out, it's time to go. If you need to go, get out of there. Don't tarry. What is wrong with me? The evil bow before those who are good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. I was waiting, I don't know, in my head, like getting ahead of myself instead of focusing and being present. The evil bow, I was waiting for, like, it will be broken. It's like, that's not in here, and I should know that by now. Like, I don't know, let your mind drift to other places. This is the point of, like, being disciplined when you read and meditating on the word instead of just, oops. So, and sometimes it's just a trip of the tongue or, dry throat, things like that. And then there's just English, right, where words can be like, read, read, and read, kind of thing. It has not been a long day, but it's been kind of not even a tense one, but travel day, I'm here fine. Now pray that my parents get to their destination fine and that they're safe on their trip. So Mom asked me to pray at breakfast today at the restaurant, so I did, tried to pray over them and pray protection and that they'd have a blast. I'm sure that they will. In the meantime, a bit nervous about watching, everything they have while being away from my own stuff. Talk to the neighbor kids. Everything should be hunky-dory with the chickens and the bunny, so that'll be good. And yeah, I told him, speaking of neighbors in this verse, I was trying to tell him, like, pick your snacks. I'm going to stop at Buc-ee's. I'll get you anything you want. There's profit in all hard work, but endless talk leads only to poverty. I'm trying to talk to my dude about this. I'm going to try, maybe I'll send him this verse. He'll just be like, yeah, whatever. And he does have some health concerns, for sure. But we got to get him working diligently on something. He's got to have a reason to live, reason to try, I want him to come into Christ. And, meantime, I'm just typical younger internet-seeking individual, wants to be a Twitch streamer and all this stuff, and that's awesome. But it requires every day work and training and getting better. So if I can help him, I will. I got another buddy that wants to start his endeavor with a podcast, and it's like, happy to help, but you got to be serious about it. You want me to be serious. I realize this is 200 days, episode 200. We're downhill from here. We've been downhill for a couple of days, I guess. So can't break the chain. Can't stop, right? Till we at least finish out the years, or the months. Finish out the year. Yeah, in the fear of the Lord, I'm claiming this one for sure. These two. In the fear of the Lord, one has strong confidence, and his children have a refuge. I'm trying to build my wisdom so that I can impart it to my kiddos, so that they can do better than I've ever done in life. And stay closer to the Lord so they suffer less, And the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning people away from the snares of death. See how these two work together? Yeah, a patient person shows great understanding, but a quick-tempered one promotes foolishness. I'm trying to get quieter instead of louder, and I'm trying to just, before I even respond, sometimes, I'll just be honest, I just get, like a lot of us, hungry, tired, overstimulated, and then I just snap, snap. So that's on me. Kids are kids. I just need to learn to tune it out to a degree. I want to be present with the kids. I need to be able to ignore the screams and yells and all that stuff, because they're not doing it to be malicious. They're having fun, and they're exploring their bodies and ways to make sound, and very rhythmic children's for sure. The wicked one is thrown down by his own sin, but the righteous one has refuge in his death. And one day I'm going to be set loose from this meat sack. And I can't wait. Can't wait. One of my friends once said that he believed heaven was going to be like Star Wars, right? Because we'd all have like new bodies. We wouldn't be able to die, even if we could possibly get hurt. And we could finally explore all the planets. And what if, at that point, we are allowed to explore planets and times and things far enough out that there are other races and stuff to meet, like Star Wars or Star Trek, right? Because it would allow us to see the revelation of God's glory even more. I thought that was neat. It's not always well accepted when I share it with other Christian friends. And I'm not saying it's theologically accurate or biblical, but I mean, I heard Taj Jackson say something about the coming era when our bodies are renewed, it'll be flesh and bone, not flesh and blood, because in this realm, the power of life is in the blood, but in the celestial realm, the power of life is directly from God, right? So like the light of God. And Jesus retained his wounds, right? But they weren't, at least reportedly, openly bleeding. So the flesh was there, the bone was there, he was able to eat and drink, but he could also just walk through walls and head off to the next location and appear to people. A great mystery. One I look forward to learning about at my appointed time. And I should pay to take some of his courses. I don't know. I'm always interested in what he has to say. I'm not sure how well-founded and biblical his courses are, but I know he shares a lot of interests that I do. So I think it'd probably be worth it to pay him, just support a brother in Christ, and hear what he has to say on his lectures, on his lessons that he and his wife do. I'm supposed to be home. I was going to get an oven thermometer because my mama's oven is kind of horrible, and I'm tempted to like take it while they're gone and upgrade them to a really nice oven. And my mom, like, she says she rarely uses it, but they entertain and they do all the family things there, so they do use it. But then things always come out weird or take forever to do, so I'm betting this crappy oven just doesn't get to the right temp. Hence the oven thermometer. I left probably 2 hours ago, so I gotta go. I gotta get off foot. I got to browsing around Walmart. I needed water wipes. Of course, they didn't have a pack or 3 or 4 pack. I had to buy a case, a 9-pack. So that very quickly went up in price. And then when you got kids, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, it's not 4th of July anymore, and we no longer live in America, I suppose. So this is, on sale. 80% off, something ridiculous, 75% off. Of course, I'm getting my kids glow stuff to run around in the dark. I got a pack of red, white, and blue glow bracelets too, and might as well show it on here. Reusable notebook, right? Like some kind of new thing. Special pen. It's like dry erase, but hardier. We're gonna report on that. And then, ta-da! Ring light. So if I didn't record it right here in the sunlight and get myself in trouble for where are you, and guaranteed my phone's about to ring, I was going to use this from the office. So stand by. Probably going to do some testing with this tonight. At least now I can sit in a chair and get it up. And y'all, it's got a light on it, so I can do real moody videos with like purple light on my face. It'd be like, I don't know. Look forward to that, and give me a like if you watch to the end and you're excited. Maybe you're not excited. Give me a comment and say, Lane, bro, you should have spent the $50 instead of the 15. To which I say, like, no, man, these water wipes are worth like $30, $40, man. I'm poor. I don't make money off this YouTube stuff. I barely make money driving and doing deliveries. Pray for me, y'all. Go with God. Be blessed.